Whew, I'm excited for this one, man. I'm digging it. I love that you jumped on with us, Russell. For everybody that's jumping on, welcome. We're going to be talking about SEO. We're going to be talking about content creation, and we've got a really great virtual assistant. He actually works with Virtue Desk, right? We always talk about hiring from Virtue Desk. Well, he works there, and he's officially making their websites and their online presence more visible through SEO. Russell, welcome, buddy. How are you?
Hi. Thank you for having me. I'm having a great morning. How about you?
Good, buddy. Good. We were talking about stuff that you enjoy doing. You were saying you play a great video game. I play Minecraft, so I'm a little bit older school, right? You play a shooting game. I like it. And you walk
Yeah.
your dog. Cool. I've got two little dogs. So let's get started, man. Everybody's wondering what they could hire for when it comes to a VA. We talk about video editors, social media, executive admins, even ISAs, but we don't usually talk about a content creator, like actual written content, like copywriter, SEO. That's why I'm excited to learn exactly what you do. You've got a presentation for us. So the floor is yours, Russell. Take it over.
All right. So I'm just gonna start with my daily and weekly checklist. Part of my regular tasks is keyword research. I do this through SEMrush, but there's a lot of other tools that you could use. There's like alternatives like Google Search Console and Ahrefs. I also write the social captions for our social media updates on Facebook, Instagram. I also write descriptions on YouTube, stuff like that.
Okay.
And of course, content writing. So of course, I draft my blogs, and then that also comes with conceptualizing and then requesting the graphics that would be used to make it a more visual experience for our readers. There's that. It usually just comes out from the outline, though.
Okay. And I know we've got a presentation. You want to share that or you want me to share that one?
Oh yeah. I could share it.
Perfect. Let's do that so people can follow along because I already have questions on keyword search. You mentioned SEM Rush. When you pop it up, I have a question for you. So,
I got it. Here.
all right,
Yes.
perfect.
Here.
So, very first one, here's your daily checklist. This is the process that you go through. When you're doing the keyword search, can you explain how you use SEM Rush?
All right. There's so we all know that we're familiar with using keywords for researching on Google, right?
Yep.
SEMrush allows us to take the statistics of these keywords, how many people use them, how difficult is it to rank for them to
Mhm.
like be one of the first few search results on Google. So to research this, I would use like there's this topic research tool on SEMrush, which allows me to see the top results for example, I have a keyword like virtual assistant. It's going to show me results in cards or in lists, and then it's grouped into topics and the purpose of those articles. So
Okay.
for example, there's one for like real estate virtual assistant. I click on that card, and then I see the first few results, the top 10, I think. And then I check out those links, and then I could take it to the organic research tool and then see which organic keywords work for each web page, so I could use those. Um,
Okay. So the organic search tool that you use, what is that?
that's also a part of SEMrush. That's another feature of SEMrush.
Perfect. Yes. I just wanted you to say that so people
Yeah.
understand it. So you do the keyword search. Let's just say, because I know we have a lot of real estate agents out here, but any business, I'm going to pick real estate, Russell. Let's say we're in real estate, we're in Los Angeles, because that's a big city. All right. Let's say you type in real estate in Los Angeles, and then you're going to see all of the choices that you have that are the top keywords, right?
Yeah, there is that option to see the top keywords and all the related keywords that ranked with high volume, you could sort them by volume, by keyword difficulty, by relevance to your search query. And then there's also a way where you can see the top 10 results, get their links, and then check which keywords are in those pages and which keywords drive the most traffic to those pages.
All right, I like that. Then tell me how you're using it, because it sounds like you don't necessarily gravitate to the top searches. Are you looking for niches then?
Sort of kind of like that. I usually cross-reference the top organic ones with the ones with a good what's this keyword difficulty that we could target with the current domain authority that we have right now, which we're also building.
Got it. Got it. I like that. I like that, man. I like that a lot, because this is the stuff that I don't have time to do, even though I know how to do it. I want somebody as good as you to be able to
Thank you.
do this for me. So, all right. So let's go to the next one. You're writing social captions. What does that mean?
Oh, just the graphics team, the rest of the team comes up with the social media calendar, the plans for what we're gonna post in a day, and then I write the captions for that. I make sure that all the links work. Also, when like there's a new blog and we're gonna publish it, of course we're gonna have to like share it to other platforms, and I write the caption for stuff like that.
Nice. I like that. And I love that you choose captions that are high on the keyword search too, or that fit that niche. So tell me about drafting the blogs. Are you doing one blog a day? Two? What does that look like?
Right now we publish 2 blogs a week, but we're trying to work ahead, so it's about 3. I write about 3 a week.
Okay.
And then the process is like, research, and then creating an outline, getting that checked by my team leader, my editor, and then yeah, creating everything, just writing stuff down. Yeah.
Okay. So how long is this process? Because if you're writing three, right? Three a week, which by the way is great.
Yeah.
Three a week. You're doing three a week. That's like 160 or so in a year. That's crazy. But
y- yeah.
right.
um
So how deep is the research and how long is the blog? How long are you typically going on the blog? So people understand what they need to be doing too.
how many, about a few hours, because like it depends. Sometimes it's the writing that takes a lot of time, sometimes it's the research. But yeah, those are the things that will really eat up your time, because like sometimes there's that unfamiliarity with a certain niche that you're targeting with one blog, or like um with the topic itself. There's a lot of research that could go into that. And then other times there's just like sometimes keywords are tough because like something is really popular, so like all of the keywords are like high volume but also high difficulty. Yeah, and then you're stuck with like keywords with the same volume, so like you you can't just target all of them, because like I mean you could, but like
Yeah,
you
why?
have to pick the best one. Yeah.
Well, that's where you win, right? That I think that's when you go in deep specific. Like if I'm looking in Los Angeles, it's not the Los Angeles real estate where I win. It's the specific area in Los Angeles that I'm looking in, right?
Exactly.
That's where we win. All right. So you request the blog graphics from the graphic design team. That's awesome. Additional writing tasks, lead magnets, features. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so also at the lead magnets, we've prepared one actually, and then recently, and I also write features like guest blog posts on other what's this on other websites, because that's also part of the SEO project of like building links, and it's also like good publicity. It helps with visibility to be featured on other websites or blog sites. Yeah.
Okay. I like that, man. Very good. And then weekly blog stats report. I understand that you send it out, but what are you looking for so that when we're looking at, let's say, the stats, what are you looking for to always improve on? So when we're looking at those reports, we can understand it better.
Oh yeah, well, recently we've been tracking the what is the bounce rate, which means that people actually stay and read the blog. With like every page, we see which ones are the top, and then when it comes to page views, and then we see we also have this like average time on page that we track. So that shows you how long on average are people staying on your page. So for example, you check that it's a 3 minute read, it's an 8 minute read, and then it shows that they're staying around that time, or like a little quicker than that, then that means they're actually reading. Then that means there's actually something that they find valuable in within the article, and then
Got
you
it.
know
All right, so you're looking, I'll give you an example of that so people are listening in. There was one article that was written by one of our VAs maybe like 4 years ago, about 4 years ago. It was like the top Netflix shows that real estate agents watch. And it still like drives a lot of traffic to our site. Like it's great. And this was 4 years ago, right? So I have a question for you, Russell. If you wrote something like that like 4 years ago, how would you go back to it to update it since it's doing so well?
yeah, a common way of doing things like that, of like updating old posts, is actually uh, updating something about it, maybe adding one more point, or like for example, it's top 8 things, and then you replace maybe a few points, and then you make sure, of course, that you write that it's updated for 2021, like, or like whatever current year it is. Like for example, you you want to update something that performs really greatly, you could write for it right now that it's something that they need for the next year, for 2022. That those are common ideas of doing it. Yeah.
All right, I love that, man. Very good. Very good. All right, let's continue then. We already understand your daily and weekly checklist. Let's move on to the next slide.
All right. So this is my writing process, which I've already kind of described to you earlier. It starts with researching my topics. It could go anywhere, really. It could be like from Quora, questions there. It could be from just off the top of my head, because like this is also an ongoing thing. Like it happens every day. Like something just pops up, you put it in like a record, and then you present it later to the team.
Mhm.
And then you find relevant keywords for the topic that you're doing for that post, for that blog post. And then of course you create an outline. This is so that it's easier to read for anyone, basically, like having your headers, your subheaders ready. It also helps you, it also helps me and probably other writers to like be um to write more cohesively, since you already know the structure, right? So there's that. And then of course I write my draft, which this one takes time also, yeah. And then following that, we optimize the draft, which is also done in SEMrush.
So explain to me the optimized process because as people are listening in, I like them to understand what's involved there so they can do it too.
All right. So optimizing your draft, your post includes it involves putting it in an application or a plugin or a tool that helps you optimize it for search engine results, right? For ranking. Um, if you're using a WordPress site, they have Yoast at the bottom of the page, right? And then you could also use tools like SEMrush, which has a content template. So you just like for every draft, you just input which keywords you're targeting, and then um, it shows you statistics that would it shows you numbers that would help you optimize your content. Basically, your goal is to have it as good as possible. Like it goes from red, orange to green. I think there's also a yellow. So it's very common using these colors, but SEMrush also uses numbers on different aspects of your writing. So things that you need to improve on are usually the using keywords, and then there's readability, originality, and then tone, the consistency of your tone.
I really like that. One thing you mentioned earlier too, and you mentioned it again a little bit ago, is how long are people staying in that blog, which means, how interesting is it? Readability, right? And I don't think we think about that as much. So great job on bringing that up, man. All right, so tell me, revision, is it just you revising it, or does
Um,
somebody else revise it?
um, no, I work with Audrey, and she, Audrey, and then she helps me with all of it. She gives me notes. She tells me which parts are great, and yeah, she keeps me grounded. She makes sure that everything's consistent as well. Everything about that. So yeah, thank you so much for that, Audrey, by the way.
Audrey rocks. I hope she's listening, by the way.
Yeah.
And I love that combination, man. All right, continue.
And then yeah, I submit it for approval to our marketing director, and then once that's done, I publish it. So, and then it goes live, and then yeah, we just watch it from there, how it performs.
I love it, man. Good. By the way, Russell, I'm texting back and forth with part of my team as I'm listening, and we're very impressed so far by you. So we're texting back and forth. Good job, Russell. I love this. And we talked to a lot of people, and this isn't the first time we interview somebody on the content side that's a VA, like specifically SEO copywriting. You're doing a very good job, man. I love how you've broken it down. You continue.
Thank you so much. All right, so here are the types of the oh, sorry about that. Um, the types of the content I write. Sorry, I put the wrong words here.
Oh,
um,
you know what? I'm going to take everything back that I said. Russell, you're no longer on joke. I'm
Jinxing
joking.
it.
I'm joking, Russell. You're still good. You're still good.
Thank you, thank
Continue.
you. So I'll just enumerate it for everyone then. The types of the content I write. Includes thought leadership. We also have a segment where we feature our CEO Pavel. We also do that on a regular basis. Because we love to share our values as a company and all of that, everything behind um our team. And then we also have a segment on our services, which we also do every week. It introduces like different aspects of our services, kinds of industries that we work with. And then we also have what else do we have?
On the content that you write, dude, I think this is just the minimal stuff that you do, because I know I'm also seeing that you're helping out with eventually with YouTube on the description side, right? You're also helping out with the social media that other people don't understand. So I think that's something key that I think they're going to place you in as well. I'll tell you one
Yeah.
thing that I think, and I don't even know if you know that you're going to do this, but you are here, um, because you're good at this. Google is now indexing the TikTok videos, right? And they're going to index Instagram as well, based on hashtags and some type of indexing on the description or the title of those videos. So that's where you going in back to the very beginning, when you're talking about you're doing the keyword search, you're going into SEMrush, identifying who looks up these keywords and what the niche is. Then you can go back to, let's say, Nicole on the team on TikTok and be like, hey, let's use this title for this video that you're going to do. And now it's because it's indexed on Google, it's going to pop up more. So that's something that you're going to be doing.
Yeah, exactly. These social media platforms are also indexed by Google, which is great because it used to be just Facebook being indexed, like it naturally just boosts your SEO and and your visibility when something gets shared. But now there's ways of they've also incorporated optimization on YouTube descriptions, titles. There's also the hashtags definitely. So those are things that you should always we should always keep in mind.
Russell, now
Yeah.
I'm texting my team and I'm saying, guys, we need a Russell.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
You gave me fear of missing out here because I'm like, how guys, how do we not have somebody that does this for us already? So I just reached out. I just reached out to Virtue This. I'm like, guys, can you just find me Russell's brother? I need Russell.
Another one. Yeah, of course.
Just so you know, dude. That's funny. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, all right. So up next we have tips on utilizing your time. I'm not an expert in time management, but this is how I do it because like, a bunch of my tasks, they take up a lot of time. So but I also have small ones that I have to take care of within the day. So an important part of the process is time blocking. That's number one for me.
Okay.
Um, I've always done this like since like what high school I think. I'd have to like block out time for which things I'm doing.
I like
But
that, man.
yeah, and then but of course I have to be able to accommodate other things, of course. Um, and then here's something I learned from my internship in college is to create a repeatable process for everything.
I like that. So that's why we started with the checklist,
Yeah,
Russell. Good job, man. I like that checklist. Russell, send me that checklist.
no problem. Yeah.
Send me the checklist. I'm sure you have a different one. Okay. So send me the good one. Don't
Yeah, of
send me
course.
the crappy one, Russell.
I will later. Yeah, of
And
course.
then when
After
you
this
send
one.
it to me, of course, we'll post it up onto the leverage community for everybody listening in. So you'll get that too.
Yeah, of course. These three ones are actually very, very generic. But also, it applies to like a micromanagement level in your own time, like with your own with our own personal times.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, of course, we have to have a reliable sources.
Nice.
You have to know which blogs you could follow. You have to have those people that you follow, like I follow Neil Patel. He's really great when it
He's
comes to
awesome.
SEO and digital marketing. And then um, Jason Lemkins is also great to follow when it comes to
I
figuring out
don't
what
I don't
he's
know
in.
him. How do you spell his name?
He's in a different industry. Jason Lemkins. He's in SaaS. He's a founder of SaaSter. Um, and then what else? Of course, there's Forbes.
Oh, got him. I got him now, buddy.
Yeah,
Saster.
yeah, because they also publish very very regularly, almost. I'm not sure. I think a few times a week too.
And
And
you go on typically on Saster, that's the blog.
yeah,
Okay,
I
I
used
got
to
you.
yeah be there regularly, and but now I'm more on like Forbes stuff like that. You have to have your sources for like latest real estate news, stuff like that. Yeah. There's
Nice,
also
dude.
definitely Quora where people are asking their questions, and then other industry leaders in different spaces would provide their answers, and then you could follow them. You could check out which questions they're answering, and that's also a great way to do this.
All right. I just typed it in, saved it on my bookmark. I love it. And dude, I'm excited, man. I got some good notes. We currently have a content writer for our other company, Drunk on Social. He does awesome, by the way. He'll Russell, he's as good as you, by the way. So
That's great.
his Migs, and he does such a great job. But I think here's some things that I probably might talk to him about because I didn't know about the Saster one, so I'm taking a look at that one.
All right. Um, and then next we have, ask questions. This is really important, I think, for me personally. You know, um, I ask my questions on the internet. I ask questions from my teammates, from my editor. It's a really important practice for everyone because like, it's key to collaboration, getting questions answered, tackling these questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course you have to take mindset exercises. You could do this before going to work in the mornings. You could do this any time of the day, in the middle of the day. You could do this during the weekends to just refocus, kind of rebalance yourself. Um, yeah, because like the job itself takes a lot of creativity to come up with stuff with writing on a regular basis. So you have to do that. And in the same way, you also have to take mental and creative timeouts, like, just take a breather, like maybe have a glass of water, like stuff like that, or like plan something very physical or something very engaging on the weekend to get your mind off of whatever stresses from the week, stuff like that. And then of course that also results to like staying positive, which is great. It helps me, these parts, they help me be more um
I have a question for you on that, Russell, because it's funny that we talk to so many different people that work for companies, but not a lot of people do this, man. This at least have this really strong section. What do you do for just rejuvenating and getting your mind right? Besides taking the little breaks, anything that you do like that gets you refocused and ready to work again?
um don't want to sound like a nerd, but I watch TED Talks like recreationally.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, and then I would also watch vlogs, of course, of like people I've been following since I was in high school, because like, that's just purely recreational, like people talking about their dog, people redesigning their houses. I love that kind of stuff. Um
Ooh, dude, I love that. You know what, Russell, you might enjoy, now that I'm gonna look at this, you might enjoy my interview with Jim Quick. I don't
oh,
even
take note
know.
of that.
I don't even know if you follow Jim, but I'm gonna put this in the chat, okay? Copy it, save it for later. I mean, Jim, I usually interview people, but I think I got like 3 words in with Jim. He took the show over, but it was amazing. Okay. So listen to that one. You're gonna love that one,
That's
Russell.
I
Take
will
that
do
one out.
that definitely. Thank you so much for that.
Well, dude, thanks for sharing with us. All right, show me start of day
Oh
and
yeah.
end of day so people understand what this is.
All right, so this is important because, like, I work remotely, so it's also important to track my plans for the day and then track the progress that I have for the day, and it also helps my editor also see what I've done for the day. So my start of day report looks like this. I'll plan to, of course, list down these things, social captions, do them. We have daily check-in meetings. And then I finalize whatever blog draft I have left from the day before or the week before. I submit that for approval, and then I do topic research on Quora, Reddit, and other different resources. I also propose my topics if I come up with anything new, if I encounter something really interesting, and
Mhm.
then with the time left, I would usually start a new blog with outlines and then keyword research, whichever topics we already have approved or scheduled for the next publishing date. And then of course, if I get that done, I'll start the draft, or like if there's a revision that comes back that's returned, I'll attend to that. And then if I still have time left by the end of the day, I would check on which trainings were recommended, and I'll get to that, because like those things really help. Like we have Udemy, we have YouTube videos that are on playlists. So yeah.
I love that, man. And then end of day, what does that look like? Same thing, except it's end of day.
Yeah. Um, this is where I'll confirm which ones I've done based on the start of day, sort of captions. Of course, the daily meeting. There's the blog draft, and then another helpful thing, by the way, for SEO, you could go in there and then answer questions, especially if it's related to something you've already published, and then you could link them back to your blog post, and that helps you with your traffic, with your credibility as a user on Quora, and yeah, overall your internet presence. And then
Okay.
um, there's a new blog topic and outline, start new blog content template, revise blog for approval, and then of course check and attend the available trainings.
I love it. All right, Russell, I'm going to stop sharing it just so I can look at you. Thank you for this. This was really good, man. Really good conversation. I think people that stuck with us here can see the value that you bring, and also you broke it down so that we can do this if we wanted to do this ourselves, right? But I think the important thing is, I mean, it is called leverage. So
Yeah, of course.
we're encouraging you, if you're listening in, to not do this on your own and hire someone to do this either part-time or full-time, obviously with Virtue Desk. So Russell, thank you once again, buddy. I appreciate that. This was a really, really fun conversation. I enjoyed talking to you, man.
Thank you. You same as well. Yeah.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks, everybody. Have an awesome day. Russell, you rocked it, buddy.
Bye bye. Thank you.